everybody. I hope my mic is plugged in. My light is very bright. I'm sorry. Give me a second. I'm repaired, but not really. I had friends over, so that's why I'm late. I'm sorry. But I am in time to have an hour before Spaghetti alla Paranormale goes live with the wrestle match, but that I'm very excited about. Florio and I are a team. Hello, everybody. I am already off to a great start. Let me catch up in the chat. You guys are like, so busy over there. I love it. So let me catch up really quick and we will start the show. How's everybody like my thumbnail in my title? I promise it'll make sense. I promise. Hi, Roger. Hi, Stacy. Hi, Baba. Hi, Kiwi. Hi, Laura. Hi, Claire. I'm so glad you're here. Oh, thank you. I am not good at accents for when I'm trying to speak foreign languages is my major downfall. I love trying to learn foreign languages, but the accent I'm so bad at. I actually have the Rosetta lifetime membership where you can do like 25 languages for the rest of your life, like learn them. And I'm learning a bunch. I'm learning Spanish, French, and Irish. And my best pronunciation, believe it or not, is in Irish. And it cracks me up so much because Irish pronunciation is so hard. But the app is really cool because it like tells you how to pronounce it and then you say it back and it doesn't let you go to the next level until you get it right. So I just think that's really funny. Hi, Kat. Thank you. I will check my email. All my email and messages have gone on unread for 2 weeks. I have just not had the energy to open messages, you guys. I am so sorry. I am a lot better today mentally. Physically, I'm still not great, but I'll explain. I'll explain everything. I am generally okay. So it's just an energy level thing and a pain thing, and I will explain everything, and the title will make sense. Hi, Eric. Hi, Florio. Hi, Mystic Nima. Hi, I see Ghost Cats. Let me make sure I didn't miss anybody. I don't think so. Back down. Claire, I had no idea that was how it worked. That's amazing. Yeah, the Rosetta Stone, I asked for it for my birthday last year or the year before. I can't remember. I've had it for a while and I'm a very slow learner. I have problems keeping up with it. But yeah, I love that part of it because then you know you're doing it right and you don't have like any confusion about did I just say that right and you're moved on to the next level already. So I think that's really cool. It's kind of like a game. Oh, that's awesome. Roger's been a member for a month. That's awesome. I've never seen that pop up before. That's cool. Alrighty. Hi, Mystic Mima. I think I said hi to you already, but in case I didn't, I'm seeing you pop up down here. I don't want to miss anybody. All right. I only have like 30, I can't do math, 54 minutes to get all this out and also talk about my topic that I'm mini deep dive. It's a very mini topic. That's why I decided to add it to the end because hopefully I should get through my little spiel on what's been going on with me pretty quickly. And then I have something kind of entertaining to share, kind of also infuriating. Some of you will be very angry at the thing I'm about to share with you that somebody did. I don't understand people sometimes, but I'm going to share. It's going to be fun. Thank you, Eric, for the help on that. Thank you, Stacy. Thank you, Nick. Thank you, everybody who has helped me with everything that has been going on. And my mods are amazing. I forgot to tell Glitter. She's not here, so hopefully she's just busy. But Glitter, I hope you know I love you, and I'm sorry I forget to tell you about mod stuff. I'm so bad at this. And it's been, like weeks since I've been on, and there's been so much going on. So let me start at the beginning. I had to take time off because I have a condition that I have had. It started when I was 23, was when the pain first became really apparent. And what I thought it was simply just this. Okay, before I just dive right into this, everybody in the chat, everybody watching, listening, hi Glitter, hi Raven. This is about to get kind of gross, kind of TMI. I don't not tell people about this because I'm embarrassed. Well, I'm slightly embarrassed. I was slightly embarrassed by the condition, but I just didn't tell people because nobody wants to hear about it. And I tell people when I do, I'm like, I don't share this because people don't like to hear about other people's assholes. So now I understand why butthole is in the title of today's episode. I'm going to talk about my butthole. And for the longest time, I wish people knew. I wish that people knew why I was in so much pain and I could not function and do things and had to cancel things and just could not be. I couldn't show up for people sometimes because of the pain and stuff. I learned some things about this, but I have stage 3 prolapsed hemorrhoids. It is a very gross thing. It is a very, very painful thing to deal with. Sometimes the pain is so bad, my eyes just cross without my consent. It's just, sometimes I cannot function because the pain is that bad. And for years, I have struggled with this and got no help. Every time I would go to a doctor, they would just pacify me. I never even had a doctor look. I never had a doctor ask to look. They just kind of treated me like I was overreacting, or I wasn't in as much pain as I said I was, or that it wasn't as bad as I said it was. That's kind of like how I got treated over the last 16 years since the first time I went to the doctor for it. I've seen specialists. I even had a specialist tell me, "Oh, I'll write you a doctor's note for prolapsed hemorrhoids because those are the worst kind and that should get you out of work." And I was like, "But that's what I have, sir." So it's been a thing for this whole time. It's gotten progressively worse for me. And this year has been the worst. I have had to take so much time off. I've had to put work off. I've had to put the show off. I've had to put fun things off that I wanted to do. I have actually done some fun things and was in pain the whole time and just was so exhausted after because I made myself do it through the pain and I shouldn't have. So very recently, I was supposed to interview this woman who is amazing. Her name is Sarah Grimm. Some of you may know Sarah Grimm. She is absolutely phenomenal. And I had to cancel on her for one of our interviews that we scheduled. And I told her it was because of pain and I was really sorry. And she totally understood. She was very kind about it. But then she decided to do something no one else has ever really done before. And she decided to pry a little bit. And she said, "Can I pry and ask you what your pain is?" Because she has been dealing with lifelong pain as well, in her adult life, and it's getting progressively worse. And she didn't know what my pain was, so that's why she was asking, because she thought maybe she could help because she got some answers for her pain. So I told her what my situation was, and she told me what her situation was. And her situation is she has Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, hypermobile Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. And she started explaining to me and how it is a connective tissue disorder. It affects all the connective tissue in your body. It makes everything hurt. It makes stuff hard to heal. I could go on, I was in the doctor's yesterday for 2 hours. I finally went and saw someone who was specialized in it. And I've been diagnosed. I have hypermobile Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, and it is the root cause of my hemorrhoid problem. So now that I have answers, I am very excited. I did have a tiny bit of a mental break. It hit me that I have this thing that I have to deal with for the rest of my life, and it will progressively get worse. I have to work extra hard to make sure that my diet is right, that I do the proper exercising, that I rest when I need to rest. That is one of the hardest things for me. I am a people pleaser, and letting people down just breaks my heart. If I have to cancel something that I made plans to do, or if I can't show up for you guys, it really breaks my heart. And I feel so terrible that I can't be there because I don't have the energy, not to mention the amount of pain that I am in. So I wanted to share with you guys because me sharing with Sarah and her having what she went through and being able to share back with me, she helped me. And she said when she learned she had it, she said if she could just help one other person discover that they had issues that they could get answers for, she would be over the moon for it. And she helped me. And so I thought it would be really important to get on here on my platform and share this with you guys. So we can just, helping people is something I've always been really passionate about. And to have suffered for 16 years with no answers, and then to have so many answers at once, Ehlers-Danlos covers everything I deal with, all the pain, all the issues I've ever had, everything. And it just seems almost too good to be true that you have all these answers all of a sudden. It affects the connective tissue, and your whole body is made of connective tissue. So I wanted to share that with you guys. I did the research. I found out I had basically every symptom for the Beighton test, or Beighton test. I'm not really sure how you pronounce that. It's Beighton or Beighton. It's the Bendy test, where they test you for the hypermobility. And if you have the hypermobility, there are some other things they can check on you that will let your doctor know. And so I strongly encourage people, if you're having any issues, to research your issues, talk to people. The more you talk about it, the more help you will get. And because it was such a embarrassing thing for me, I never talked about it. I was embarrassed, and also like I said, I don't want to, nobody wants to hear about other people's assholes. That's not, it's so funny. Every time I say it, I make everybody laugh when I say it. And I tell people, like, I don't share this because nobody wants to hear about it. It's not that it's a secret. It's not that I don't want people to know. I wish more people knew about the things I deal with so they understood, like, what kind of pain I'm actually in. It's not in my head like my doctors made me think over the years. It's a legitimate thing. And if you deal with pain, talk about it. Share it with people. Share it with strangers. Share it with, I mean, the more you share, the more answers you will get. And also, the more you share, the more people will make fun of you. And I'm going to talk about that in just a second. But I'm going to catch up in the comments over here. They're going nuts, and I don't want to miss you. I see Chris is in here. If you're living, hi Chris. So I'm going to read and catch up a little bit, and then I will talk about the troll portion of today's title. It's really fun. You guys are going to love this. You're also going to be really mad. Just be prepared. You're going to have a lot of emotions when I share what I'm about to share. Hi, Mr. Haunted. Okay, let me get back up here so I can read some comments. Hi, Mama Peas. Mr. DSC, hi. Okay, I got to get up here. I've done a lot of running around today too, and I'm already exhausted. My pain levels are okay as long as I'm sitting right now. I can sit and be okay. Sometimes I have to lay down. So right now, we're okay. Okay. I am back where I was. Okay, let's see comments. Thank you, Kiwi. Hi, Raven. Stevie, I love it. Yes, we're fighting tonight. It's going to be so great, and I will make sure I'm wrapped up in time for the fight so I don't interfere with it, and I really, really hope I'm not interfering with anyone else's live today. It's been a very hectic day for me. My friends stopped by from out of town to drop off a kayak that we purchased from them so we can go do some kayaking. I'm very excited about. That's an easy thing to do. I can sit. I can't carry things, but luckily my boyfriend carries stuff, and then I can sit and we can relax and go out on the lake, so that'll be fun. And forgive me for speed talking and being a little erratic right now. I want to make sure I get through this so we don't miss the fight. Or so I don't miss the fight. I fully expect you guys all to leave this chat immediately when the fight starts. Okay, let me get down here. Comments. Glitter's here, yay. Sarah here. I saw Sarah, yeah. Fantastic Publishing, hello. Okay. Florio said, yeah, pain is very rough, and sometimes it's just totally out of our control. Yes. And it's hard to talk about it sometimes because people who don't have pain chronically or regularly don't really get it. They don't understand how debilitating it is, how exhausting it is. Like I can't even read sometimes because I'm so exhausted. Like that's why my messages go unread, because opening and reading and responding takes so much energy out of me that it's all I have. And so I leave people on unread for days and days, and I'm so sorry. I will get to them, but since I'm feeling mentally better after my little crash and then my doctor's appointment yesterday. Oh, I hear sirens. They're coming down my road. Sorry if you can hear that. There they go. Love my neighborhood. Okay. Mystic Mimo said, I'll believe anything about people. That's great because we need it. The validation that I got was phenomenal for me. It was just monumental. Like the fact that I have dealt with this for 16 years and not a single doctor even looked. Like I went to a specialist for hemorrhoids and he didn't even look at me. He told me he could write me a doctor's note. That was it. And I paid for that. So yeah, it really matters when people listen and believe, and we are so grateful as chronic pain sufferers. Thank you. All right. Claire said, medical gaslighting is such a real thing. It's horrendous. Agreed. I cannot believe how many times I've been gaslighted by medical professionals. I was also diagnosed with osteoarthritis in my neck when I was 23. Turns out it's the EDS. And it is very commonly, the osteoarthritis is very commonly misdiagnosed in people with EDS. So all that time I was having neck pain and thinking the osteoarthritis was causing my neck to be like an 80-year-old woman and there was nothing I could do about it. Now I can. Now I can do exercises that won't hurt me. I found so many cool things that I can do and apply to this situation that I have and try to get better. I will never be better. In that like standard sense of the phrase, I will never be better, but I can get a little better as far as like I can maintain stuff better. I can be in less pain. I can do things about pain when it happens. I have tools now that I'm very, very excited about, and so grateful again to Sarah Grimm for sharing that stuff with me and prying with me to get me to share with her. I mean, it's not like she forced it out of me. I was totally willing to share. I just, like I said, nobody wants to hear about someone else's asshole. So I don't just volunteer that information. But I think that's one of the things a lot of people deal with silently too, because it's one of those things that people don't want to hear about, don't want to talk about. They're embarrassed. They're shameful for it for whatever reason. Like, you don't have to feel shame. You don't have to feel embarrassed. Our bodies are so tricky, and to try and suppress things that we're dealing with just for the fear of like the social awkwardness, the social beatings that you'll get, like I'll get there, the things people will say and be totally rude and disgusting to you just because you have something you deal with. We're all humans. We all have body issues with our body. Like, who is anyone to judge an issue? So that's another big reason I'm sharing. Don't feel like you have to worry about that. I was very, very afraid of that for many years. And so it's just this whole big thing. And I just want people to know it's okay to share. And I'm sharing everything with you about my butthole. So, all right. Doctors suck at treating pain. Yes, they do. They just want to give you pain meds. And I have been very against pain meds. I have been offered pain meds. I don't want to get hooked on pain meds because I know how easy it is to get hooked on them because they give you relief. And it just causes more problems for you. And I don't, at this point, I don't have the energy to fight that kind of problem off. So I'm just not going to go down that road. But yeah, yeah. Chris said, sorry, he's late. Don't even worry. I'm a mess. I hate when doctors brush stuff off. Yeah, Kat, yeah. It sucks. Glitter said, so common to just be ignored with medical stuff, especially from women. The whole hysterical woman thing. Like, oh, she's just hysterical. She's fine. Thanks. Blast Right said, I understand your pain. I hope you find a doctor who will help. Thank you, Blast Rights. I did. I was diagnosed with, if you missed it or if anyone missed it and it's just not coming in, I was diagnosed with hypermobile EDS. It is hypermobile Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. It is a mouthful to say. I've only been using this lingo for 2 weeks, but I have adapted to saying just EDS because it is easier. There are also 13 forms of EDS. I have hypermobility EDS, and all the other forms you have to have genetic testing for. The specialist I saw yesterday said she didn't think I needed to be going down that route because she thought I only had the hypermobility. I'm only showing issues and signs for the hypermobility, but should I want to, she will schedule genetic testing for me so I can get that done too. But there are 13 forms. I have one. It used to be type 3, I think she said, EDS, and now it's considered hypermobile EDS. I've always been really bendy, really flexible, and I have the weird bendiness in strange places. Like, one of the tests they do is they make you put your arm flat and they make you push your pinky back. And my pinky goes, like, if I put my pinky goes like that. Both pinkies do it. And that's one of the tests that they do. I can bend all the way forward and put my hands flat on the floor with no pain or resistance. That's another test they do. So it's just, I'm just so relieved to have so many answers and so many explanations for all the things I've dealt with. Chronic pain, chronic fatigue. I had chronic nosebleeds as a kid. That falls under EDS. There's just so many things. So talk about it. Share with people. Get you some answers if you deal with chronic pain and don't have any. I'm so glad that I did. Oh, thank you, Mama Peas. I appreciate you. The answers were amazing. Okay. I'm going to get to the troll portion of today's. I will catch up again in a minute, but I don't want to run out of time. So if anybody has any questions and I miss them, make sure you put them in again so I can catch them. And if I do miss anything you said in the chat today, I will go back and answer you in comments. If you want to ask me questions in the comments that I might have missed, I just don't want to go over and miss Spaghetti's stuff. So I'm very excited about this fight. I don't know if you guys have seen it yet, but Spaghetti a la Paranormale is doing the YouTube Wrestling Federation fight today with me and Florio on a team, Team Annabelle, against, I'm sorry, I don't remember who we're against. I had a brain fart. I have an image. I should probably pull that up, but I'm going to get sidetracked and take too much time. So I have given those links to Kiwi. She will probably share those for me. Thank you, Kiwi. And let's talk about the troll portion of the title today. So when I was sharing with so after I talked to Sarah, before I talked to Sarah, I was sharing with a couple people, like some of my co-hosts on Fear the Living. Well, all my co-hosts on Fear the Living know because I've had to cancel. I've slept through shows. there's been a lot of times I've had to cancel on people. I've missed stuff. It's a thing. So I eventually started telling people this is why, this is my thing. So I told enough people that it's been talked about a little bit, and I guess it got back to my favorite troll, Linda. You guys all know and love Linda, right? You remember Linda? I haven't seen her in a while. She says I talk about her on every episode, but this is the first time in a while I've had to bring her up. But the reason I do bring her up is because shortly after I started sharing with people what was going on with me, she decided to make a meme of me with my face on an asshole and send it to fans of the show. So one of the fans sent it to me and said, "What on earth? Linda is sending me this." And underneath it said, "Tell Stevie to feel better, try a sitz bath," which sitz baths are highly recommended for people who deal with hemorrhoid problems. So why does Linda think it's okay, think it's funny to make fun of someone's medical condition? That's a bit too far for me. Like, she can troll the show all she wants, and she can like hate on me for quote unquote hating on the Warrens, which I don't really do. Like, she's got her own stuff going on in her head about who I am and what I do. But for her to do that was wrong, like really, really messed up. And I wanted to share with you guys because I'm sorry, this is wobbling. I'm trying to scroll and it's moving. So yeah, I wanted to share with you guys that she did that. I'm not sure how many people she sent it to. Only one person sent it to me. I don't understand. But anyways, so you all know Eric, right? My friend Eric, Eric Vitale. I told him about it because he used to be friends with Linda, and he learned what a bad person she was and is no longer friends with her. And he decided to share something rather funny with me about Linda. And I'm going to share it with you guys because apparently she thinks it's funny to put my face on an asshole and make fun of my hemorrhoid condition. So Linda apparently one day when she was hanging out with Eric decided to take a drive to the ghetto with him. And Eric says she pulled up to the side of a road where a man was standing on the corner, clearly selling things he shouldn't have been selling. And she rolls down her window and he hands her something and says to her with Eric in the car, "Here is your hemorrhoid medicine." So this bitch thinks it's okay to make fun of people having hemorrhoid issues when she has them. What kind of mental problems do you have to make fun of someone's condition when you also suffer from the same thing? Like, hemorrhoids are mean. They are painful. They are, especially their prolapse, especially if you have like I have stage 3. There's only 4 stages. Like, I have almost the worst one. And so she has to know how painful it can be. And for her to think it's okay to just make fun of people for something she also has experienced, there is a screw loose in that woman. So I just want to share with you guys. I'm sure you'll see Linda in the comments on some other shows, especially after this video. She'll be pretty mad that I shared this. But I mean, if you're going to send my fans pictures of my face on an asshole, I think you had it coming, Linda. So thank you, Eric, for sharing that little tidbit with me. And yeah, so that's all there is about that. I'm going to read catch up questions and then we will talk about Candace. I know you saw the thumbnail, and I'm sure most of you have seen what Candace did recently with her podcast. So it's going to be a fun conversation. Kat, I'm glad I don't know this is Linda. Yeah, Linda has been, so Linda, if you don't know who Linda is, she has been trolling me pretty much since I started on YouTube. Yeah, pretty much since day 1 on YouTube. And she supports Joe the pedo. You know, Joe, who said he was at the Lindley Street case and also is a criminal SA offender. That Joe. She's like good buddies with him. They take selfies together. She tells everybody that I'm a liar about him. She tells everyone that me having his SA report is not proof of what he did, even though he was convicted. So yeah, that's Linda, if you didn't know who Linda was. Okay, let me catch up in the comments here. And catch my breath too. I always forget to breathe. Douglas, Linda doing that shows her true character. Absolutely. Kiwi, you said maybe this is the right channel. I'm sorry, I don't know. I could click on it, but I don't know if it would take me away from here or not. Okay, let me get back up here to the. Roger said Linda popped up in comments in Jenny Twig's video. That does not surprise me because Jenny supports me and has shouted me out on her show. So that does not surprise me at all. She tends to go after anyone who works with me, supports me, has me on their show, all of that stuff. Yeah. All right, I'm going to get back up to the top here, make sure I don't miss anything anyone's had to say. Again, if I do miss what you said and you wanted me to read it or anything, just put it in there again, or if I don't get to it, comment after, and I will definitely answer you. Blast writes, my most recent deal with a gastro I had before my surgery that I didn't need to be put under anesthesia for the exam. I had been seeing that same doctor for 20 years. He knew my issues no more. Oh, wow. Yeah, speaking of surgery, I have been being told the last 16 years that I need to get a hemorrhoid opexy, I think is what it's called. What it is they staple off the hemorrhoids and then they leave the staples behind inside you forever. That is terrifying to me. Because it is so terrifying to me. Oh, also a 6-week recovery time of mostly bed rest. Not something I was looking forward to doing, so I kept putting it off. Turns out, since I have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome and the connective tissue problem, I can't have those surgeries because I will not heal properly from them. So those are out. Now my only options are physical therapy, which I've already looked into and am planning to get started soon, and some just healthy diet, all of that stuff. Anything I can do to help my lifestyle be healthier will help me. So. Lorio, when someone makes fun of an illness, it'll come back to them threefold. They will get hit with something way worse. I believe that too. Karma is a bitch when it comes to being disgusting, being a disgusting human, for sure. And hi, Douglas. This is, yeah, I made it. I'm at work. I love it. Mr. DSC, very sorry to hear about what you've been going through. Great to hear you finally got some clarity. Yes, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. And thank you all for being present for this overshare of my stuff. I really appreciate it. It really means a lot to me that I can share with people, because I hate having to cancel on someone without a proper explanation, because it just seems like I'm flaking. The pain is that real and that severe that I just can't function sometimes. And it's really a downer. It causes a lot of depression. I get upset a lot. Like I said, I'm a people pleaser. When I have to let people down, it breaks me inside. It hurts. And I hate doing it. And I've had to do it more and more, especially this year. And I thought it was important that I finally explain myself and also hopefully help someone else who's been hiding pain and not sharing fully. So I hope that it helps somebody. Florio, yeah, my mom has had so many issues adjusting to an ostomy, and I'm so tired from the stress of it. That was the blast rights, but yeah, I get that. Yeah, that's a lot. Laura said, I have the opposite problem. Doctors hate prescribing me pain meds. Well, I never say yes, so I think that's why they keep pushing them. I think if I said yes, they'd probably be less likely. But I'm not saying that that's what's going on with you, but every time I go, they're like, well, we can give you pain medicine. And I'm like, but I don't want that. I want something that will fix it, not mask it, not hide it, not, make it go away for a minute only to come back worse, and I have to deal with it again. So yeah, I struggle with the whole pain medicine thing. Okay, I'm going to try not to read too many comments that aren't directed directly at me. I love that you guys interact in the chat and share with each other. That makes me so happy. Oh. Again, if I miss anything, I'm so sorry. I'm trying to just find stuff I can read really quick. Stacy Smart. CV, you could change the name of the channel to Tush or Demons Podcast. That is brilliant. I love that so much. Sorry, I had to burp. Is Mary Jane in here? Hi, Mary Jane. Excuse me. Sorry, now I've got hiccups all of a sudden. Claire, Tush, or Demons. She's laughing. That is really funny. I love it. Okay. Hi, Jaden. Just got in from yard work. Glad to see you back. Thank you. I don't know if you saw me talking about how this episode, this live is to address why I was absent so long, share my issues, and hopefully give someone else maybe a head start on getting information for themselves too. So chronic pain is so bad. And I always felt kind of like a fraud if I told people I suffered from chronic pain, because I didn't feel like, because of doctors, I didn't feel like my problem was as bad as I thought it was. So I don't like to milk something or take advantage of something. I try really hard to push through that pain. And now I know I'm not supposed to. It is going to take a lot of retraining of my brain to not push myself because that is what I'm used to. I'm used to pushing through it because that's basically what doctors have made me feel like I need to do. Like, it's not that bad. You'll get over it. It's fine. It's not fine. Unfortunately, I will not get over it. It will always be present in my life. Now I can do things to feel better and maintain feeling better. So, and also accept the fact that I do have a chronic pain condition, and I need to make sure I take care of myself and not overdo it when I think I should. Catching up on fast speed. I love it, Mary Jane. Okay, I'm going down here. Roger. Even I've met Linda. She popped up in the comments as I saw that earlier. Yeah, she's something else, you guys. That woman has a lot of time on her hands, and to support someone who has essayed children, she has granddaughters. That's really sad for her granddaughters that she is friends with someone who hurt a child. Anyways, she's also friends with Rob from Get Haunted, in case anyone wanted to know. She jumped over on the Get Haunted page and was commenting about how awful I am and how I've just been so terrible to her. And Rob, he was like consoling her and commiserating with her, and they're so bad and whatever. Anyways. Glitter Flame, she's just a really gross person. Nothing surprises me with her. I'm to that point now. I'm no longer surprised, for sure. And I thought, like, what kind of lengths did she go to get that information? And then I thought, did she just, like, randomly choose that topic and was right? Or, like, where did she get the information? I was really curious about that. But, I mean, I've told enough people it's not a secret. I didn't say it was a secret. I didn't tell people, hey, don't tell people this. I want people to know because I hurt, and this is why I hurt. So now people can understand why I can't be present sometimes. So it's good for me for people to know. Hi, Kristen. Kristen said, I think all of us would rather have butthole problems than have a pedo as a boyfriend. 100%. I love it. Jaden, wow, if she was a COD player, she'd be a COD player. She'd be remember, I don't get abbreviations, but I know that one because my boyfriend plays Call of Duty. So she'd be that one asshole who camps in the corner all game, yeah, and shoots people as they respawn. Yeah, that'd be her. Mystic Mima, I agree. It's the terrible person. She's a terrible person. That's a terrible thing to do. Who does that? Who does that? And send it to my fans. Like the girl she sent it to, I have become friends with, but through my show. I didn't know her prior, so for her to send it to a fan, that's disgusting. I almost dropped an F-bomb. I've never done that on a live show. That's fucking disgusting. Maybe she is a hemorrhoid, Kristen said. Maybe that would explain some things. Because they're a pain in the ass. I'm sorry, you guys. I don't know if I'm getting close to the bottom at all. I think I'm getting there. Sorry, Allie has gone crazy. She saw something to bark at, apparently. Oh, I saw something that I missed. Missing Mima, Candace Cameron Bure. Bure. I think I heard her say it was pronounced something. I thought it was Bure, but I listened to the podcast. It was hard. But I think she said Bure. I'll have to re-listen. I listened to it on 2x speed so I could listen to it quickly. I'm so sorry if you guys can hear them. They're going crazy down there. Oh, I'm getting a new couch soon. Fingers crossed. I'm getting a new couch soon, hopefully, and I can have the dogs appear for lives again. We'll do that. But I have too much stuff out right now, and they just make a mess, and I have to do a whole new setup to make it work. So I'll get there. We'll do that. But yes, Candace. She's a waste of space. Okay. I used to love her. Something happened to her. She would tell you she was saved. That's how she sees it. I don't see it that way, and I'll explain in a second. Let me get to the bottom of the comments, and then we will talk about Candace and what Candace said. Ed's love Stevie. That's funny. I see ghost cats. This is the world we live in. People have lost how to communicate. Easy to sit behind a computer and be mean. You now have an answer, so it's onward and upward. Yes, thank you, and agreed. It's super easy to be a keyboard warrior. It's super easy to do these things without thinking about how they affect others. That's the main problem with keyboard warriors. They don't think about anyone. They think about hurting. They think about stirring up shit. They think about causing drama. They think about causing fights, participant fights. They thrive on it for whatever reason, and their brain can't, the empathy thing doesn't work. Like, the empathy is broken in them, and they can't put themselves in someone else's shoes. They can only hate. So, ginger snaps. Oh, yay. Thank you. And I will have tea times out. I have 3 almost ready to go. Again, my energy levels have not been great the last months. I swear it's been months since I've not felt good. But with my new exercises and my new plan, I'm going to get better. I'm going to get better enough that I can have more energy and get stuff done. And I have 3 tea times prepared. I will put them out as they're finished. And then I will hopefully get back on schedule for tea time next week. Hi, Ginger Snaps. I'm so glad you made it. Hi, Spaghetti. Jaden, I did hear about that. I'm so sorry to hear that, and I hope it gets better for you. Thank you. I appreciate it. I have tools and answers now. I can work towards feeling better as I can. It's me, Stacy, by the way. Oh, hi. I didn't realize that was your. So Stacy is the one that Linda graciously sent that meme to. And I thought about showing you guys, but I didn't know how YouTube would feel about me putting a butthole on screen. So it's like a standard asshole with my face right in the middle of it, and she's sending it to people. So I mean, it's hysterical, but knowing that I have the condition and that she intentionally makes fun of me all the time and intentionally trolls me, not cool, Linda. Just not cool. All right. Oh, damn it. It jumped to the bottom again right when I was about to read a comment. Last rites. In high school, my teachers used to think I was faking my pain. It's incredibly demoralizing. Wish people knew that not all diseases or pain can be seen. 100%. 100%. The fact that you just said that reminded me of an incident when I was in high school, not with me, but with a classmate. I was not in this class. I did not witness this, but it was my same age group, and it was a kid that I didn't know. But he repeatedly asked his teacher if he could go to the nurse because he was having chest pain. She told him no. She said, not till my class is done, you're not going to leave in the middle of my class. She told him no, repeatedly told him no. He was in so much pain that he stood up from his desk and went to leave the classroom of his own volition because she was saying no, and he knew he needed to see the nurse. And this poor boy, trigger warning for death, I'm so sorry for bringing this into the show, he fell over dead right there in class. He had a heart problem. It gave out right there. And that teacher denied him a nurse visit because she was too whatever on a power trip. Who knows why you would deny a child something when they say they're in pain. I don't understand that. But yeah, the fact that people just deny and discredit and discount anything you say pain when you're in pain if they can't see it, it blows my mind that we aren't more compassionate and more empathetic for people who have invisible pain. Like, I mean, mine's not invisible, but it's invisible to the general public. I'm not running around showing everybody. So a doctor could see it if he looked. And for the first time in 16 years, a doctor looked yesterday, and I got my validation. And I am beyond grateful for that. So thank you to Dr. Potter. Thank you so much. Stevie potty mouth. Yeah, I dropped an F-bomb. I usually try to be really reserved in my language on here because I'm a sailor. I cuss every other word pretty much always. And then I get on the show and I have this politeness comes over me, and I have this urge to use less dirty words. I don't know. It's really funny. When I started recording the podcast, I listened to several, and some of them cuss and some of them don't. Some of them sound really professional. Some of them sound really fun. I actually really enjoy when people are cussing because it's the banter and like feeling you're, with a friend, just hanging out. I love those kinds of shows. But I had this hang up when I started my show that I couldn't decide if I wanted to be professional or if I wanted to be me. And I ended up going with professional, and it's kind of slowly changed. I've bled into my show a little bit. So my personality has definitely entered it a lot more. And I imagine I'll just cuss more and more as we go. All right. We only have like 20 minutes left, less than 20 minutes left. If I missed anybody's comments, I'm so sorry. I'm just going to shoot down here to the bottom. I love you all. Thank you for listening to me talk about this. Thank you for letting me share butthole problems with you. Thank you for letting me share the troll with you. And now we're going to talk about Candace. So I found an article So if you don't know, Candace Cameron Bure, or Bure, I'm not really sure. That's her married name now. She is DJ Tanner from Full House, if you were not aware. She has been in lots of movies, mostly like Lifetime movies, stuff like that. She's now got a podcast that apparently she's had 10 years. I did not know that. I listened to the episode today just so I could be a little more in understanding of what I was going to talk about. And she has flipped her switch. I'm pretty sure, actually, I kind of have evidence that she was an average, everyday, normal person before, and now she's insanely religious, like cult-like religious. And this is my opinion. Let me make this clear. This is what I observed and came to the conclusion of. Her quote-unquote love for Jesus is very culty. She did an episode. I can't remember the name of the episode. So it's titled, "Is watching a scary movie opening a spiritual portal, or is it just fear talking?" Interesting that she said that in the title, or is it just fear talking, because she doesn't give that the time of day. It's 100% opening portals for her. Like, there's no gray area for her. It's black and white, and yes, scary movies open portals to Candace. So I found this article. It's on msn.com. I shared it with Kiwi. It says, maybe we shouldn't be listening to Candace Cameron Bure's scary movie takes. And the article goes on to talk about how in her episode, it says, there's a lot of reasons for people to not enjoy scary movies. You may not be into jump scare or gore just isn't your thing. It's okay. Those are all legitimate reasons to not watch the genre. Candace Cameron Bure's reasoning is less so. On her Christianity podcast titled The Candace Cameron Bure, or Bure, I'm really going to have to look, I'm sorry, I'm just going to say Bure because it looks like Bure, or Bure. I'm not really sure. Anyways, the former Full House star began talking about how she doesn't like scary movies and specially said, that's especially, but I think that's supposed to be specifically said that she doesn't even like people watching one in her home because, quote, it is just a portal. When she went on to explain it further, she said to her husband and son, "I'm in the film industry. I understand how it all works." So then I listened to this part, and she said that she was talking about how, sure, there's like lights, makeup effects, all of that stuff is involved. She said, but then there are people that do things. So her example was witches. In movies with witches, actors, writers will research real stuff, real witch stuff, real quote unquote spells, all that stuff. I mean, we've seen it before. Anyone who's a horror movie fan knows that sometimes they use real legitimate information, which I think is cool. I think that's really cool. But her point was using that real legitimate information, her specific point, using real spells, she says, is what the problem is. She said that doing that brings forward all the evil and opens the portal. And so she's trying to explain that these people that get really into their roles and research are the problem and bringing in the demons and stuff through the portal. So that was an interesting take, I thought. If you think Bure's explanation made more sense when she explained what she meant as a former film industry employee, think again. Quote, I know that movies have a crew of 200 people, and they're lighting it, and they're adding some sounds and effects, and it's makeup and the camera people and actors. However, there's still something that can be incredibly demonic while they've made it. Whoever quoted this didn't do a very good job. Sorry for that, guys. I didn't read the whole thing. So then it says, that's what we call filmmaking. And this is still Candace. But hey, maybe she heard, and that's it. But hey, maybe she heard the stories about poltergeist and thought it was the case for every horror movie, which, we've all heard. Like, there's that series on Shudder that talks about the movie curses, and it goes through all the different movies that supposedly have curses attached to them and stuff. If you believe in that sort of thing, some people don't, some people do. That's fine. But to definitively say, this is where I always have a problem. I've never liked to shit on anyone's religion. I don't believe that you should. I think everyone has the right to believe what they want to believe. What I don't think is okay is pushing those beliefs on other people. Saying definitively that your beliefs are correct and the only ones that are correct. That irks my freaking nerves, because none of us know these answers. None of us know paranormal answers. None of us know religious answers. We all are going off of what has been written by humans. Nobody knows. So to come off so definitively sounds culty to me, because you're pushing this on other people. You should say things like, in my personal opinion, or in my personal experience, I think movies can do this. But no, she's saying it definitively that that's what happens. And I think that's where the problem is. Now, the funny thing about that is Candace is an actress, as you guys know. Candace has been in several movies. Let's see, I wrote notes for this so I didn't forget. Because this just kind of blew my mind. Because one of my biggest hangups with religious people, like hyper-religious people that take it too far, is the hypocrisy. There's always hypocrisy in these types of culty religious people. Always. So here's Candace's hypocrisy. In 1995, Candace was in a movie called Visitors of the Night, which is one of my all-time favorite alien movies. It is a movie about a teenage girl who realizes she's being abducted by aliens. Her mom then realizes that she has been abducted by aliens since she gave birth to her daughter. And then they both realize that Candace's character is a product of the abduction. So it's a whole movie about aliens and weirdness, which I freaking love. The movie was amazing. I loved it so much as a kid. Like, it came out in 95 when I was 10. I watched it all the time, up until I was a teenager. Loved that movie. So then we move on to 1997. She was in a movie called Night Scream. Now, this is more of a thriller, but there are paranormal aspects to this movie. She has precognitive dreams that lead her to like a true crime situation. I've not seen this movie. I just read the little synopsis for it, which I now want to see it because I loved Candace when I was a kid. I loved her movies then. I even loved her Lifetime movies and stuff that she did. But tell me why she has to get on her show and definitively say this kind of thing, like movies open portals. If that is true, Candace, did you not open a portal with Night Scream, dealing with the paranormal? Did you not invite aliens to your life by doing a movie about abduction? I don't understand how this mentality works. And she will tell you it's because she found Jesus. And I get that. Lots of people get saved. People get saved all the time. That's great for them. But you can't deny the things just to fit your narrative. Like, you were in those situations. So please explain to me how it was okay then, but it's not okay now. I don't understand that. Also, I learned something. So I remember hearing about Candace getting saved when Fuller House came out, because I was thrilled about that. I was a 90s kid. I was so excited for a Full House reboot. Like, I grew up on Full House. That show was amazing to a little kid, right? So when the reboot came out, equally excited. Loved it. Watched all of it. Huge fan. Great show. And then because she was in the spotlight again, she was talking about how she got saved. And I heard about it, and I thought, more power to her. She found Jesus. She loves Jesus. That's awesome. I'm glad Christianity did that for you in your life. And then I learned how she found Jesus. And I got a little concerned. So she said that she was introduced to Jesus through a book. So I looked up that book because I was curious. I like doing research. I like answers. I like figuring things out. Even if I don't agree with them, I want to know everything. So I find this book, and the author of this book is her brother, Kirk Cameron. Do you guys remember Kirk Cameron? Was it Growing Pains that he was in? I'm pretty sure. Anyways, Kirk wrote this book and influenced his sister with it. And that hurts my heart a little bit because I feel like it's his sister. She's, she looks up to him. It's her older brother. She's going to hang on every word he says. And for her to be so culty religious all of a sudden, it just hurts my heart a little bit that siblings, that someone you care about would put you in that position. Like, it's cool if you all of a sudden are that devout and you believe these things and stuff, but I think it's really important to let people figure that out on their own. Like, sure, guide them, sure, give them information, but don't shove it down their throat. Don't make them feel like that's their only option, I don't understand. I feel like she's not thinking for herself, and that bothers me a lot because she did do those scary movies. She was okay with those things, and now she's not, and she's pushing it on her family and her children, and I just don't, it bugs me. I don't know. I better catch up on comments. We have 7 minutes before the fight starts. I'm so excited. I'm gonna catch up on comments really quick, and I'll say goodbye, and I'll try to do another live again soon. If not before next Friday, I will definitely be back next Friday. I'm getting a comfier seat. Sitting here will be a little better. All of that stuff. I'm trying to work on it. Okay, let me see. Oh, let me stop. It's covering my chat. I can't see it. Okay. Sorry, it was something weird was happening. All right, I'm trying to get up here. Thank you, Kiwi, for sharing links. Oh, hi, Hard Investigations. I didn't see you come in. I love it, Stevie. So true. Man. Florio, yeah, pushing stuff on people is always the issue with these evangelical-like Christians. Agreed. It should not be a forced thing. Like, people want to be close to Jesus. People want to love Jesus. Sorry, I gotta switch positions here. People deserve to have that comfort and love in their life. It's fine. I have no qualms with people being religious. I'm not religious. It's not for me. But that doesn't mean I would ever put my own beliefs and feelings on anyone else. I would never go up to someone who believes in God and tell them, no, you're wrong. Like, I could feel that way, sure. I don't believe in that stuff. But that doesn't give me any right to walk up to anyone and tell them that they are wrong in their beliefs. That is not okay. And I feel like Candace is kind of doing that by saying scary movies open portals. Like, she said it so definitively. She didn't leave any room. And her title on the podcast makes it feel like she's leaving room. What was the title again? I'm done forgot already. Look at my country coming out. It says, is watching a scary movie opening a spiritual portal, or is that just fear talking? She never acknowledged the or is that just fear talking part. It was strictly against the religious beliefs she held, and it immediately was not okay for her and for her audience. She did not give her audience the room to decide on their own, like her title suggests. And I really was bothered by that. So, got 5 minutes left. Let me get to my comments and stop running my mouth. Missing me, my preach, sister. One of my favorite things when I was younger was to have religious debates with people, because I'm not trying to make them not believe. I never want people to change their beliefs for me. What I want them to do is question. Stop taking everything they're given by some authority figure that they trust, so they don't even know if they can trust. They just do for some reason. Like we've all seen all the different religious authority figures do bad things. The Catholic Church, for example. Like, we all know what Catholic priests have been doing. So to take information from someone like that, not knowing who they are behind the scenes, and it's gospel, and no one else can tell them differently, I think is very culty. So yeah, I used to like debating with people so that they could just like open your mind a little bit. You don't have to change your beliefs. I never wanted anybody, like, I used to get in arguments in high school. I used to make people cry. I wasn't trying to make them cry, but they would get so upset with me for not believing their religion that they would cry. And I'm like, do you see what's happening here? You're so affected by something you don't understand that you're crying. Like, you don't understand why I don't believe. Maybe you should like look into that a little bit. Do a little looking into yourself. Why are you crying about this? I'm going to try and find some comments really quick, and then I'll get out of here. I'm so excited to go watch the fight. I'm so excited. God, I love hypocrisy. Yes, Glitter Flame. I can't Anchor Period. I missed that. Was it before she found the Lord? The movies, yes. She was in those movies before she found the Lord. But my hang up with that was, it's fine to change how you feel about life, how you feel about religion, how, like, you can get saved. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Please understand that I'm not saying getting saved is bad. It is good. It's good for a lot of people. I understand needing and wanting the faith in your life. I get it. But it is not okay when you have a platform like Candace has. Apparently she's had this podcast for 10 years. To push that on her audience. She, in the title, gives the opportunity to question what doesn't in the show. So that bothered me a lot. Thank you, Kiwi. Is Crow here? Hi, Crow. Oh, sorry. I'm starting to hurt. Fuck, I'm going to have to go sit down. I said fuck again. The more pain I'm in, the more, the less my filter works. And yeah, sorry about that, you guys. Eek spell checker. Not a good match. That's funny. Hi, Julie. Let me get to the bottom here. Answer any more questions, and then we're going to dip out and go to Spaghetti's channel. If you have not heard of Spaghetti a la Paranormale, go check out his channel. Little Kiwi will link maybe. If not, I'll put it in the description. If not, just search it. You'll find him. He's doing YouTube Wrestling Federation today, and Florio and I are a team. We are Team Free Annabelle, and we're going up against another team that I can't remember. I'm so sorry. But we're going up against them, and it's going to be so fun, and I'm so excited. And I've never really been, like, I used to like wrestling when I was really little, but this is like reignited that, I guess, and I'm super, super excited. Nothing like keeping it in the family, Roger said. Yeah, Kirk and Cameron, yeah. That's sad to me. I don't like it. All right. Did I miss anybody's questions? Last call for questions or comments you want me to read. We have 2 minutes, and we got to jump out of here. Apologies for the lack of filters from our hosts. Yeah. Stevie doesn't have filters today. Stevie is... I don't even have a word. I'm relieved. I'm so grateful. I am so stressed. I'm in so much pain most of the time. But I'm so happy now, you guys. I got diagnosed, and then I had a crash. I was not happy because I realized I had to deal with this forever. And then I saw the specialist yesterday, and it just helped so much. And I feel so much better. So that is it for today. Thank you, everyone. Yeah, I'm keeping hydrated. That is one of my main rules that I have to follow. I am very bad at drinking water, so this is something I have to do. Must. So, hi, Elaine. Okay. Sorry this was so late today. Sorry it was so crazy. I am a mess today. It's very hot up here, too. I'm a little sweaty. Sorry about that. Julie, thank you. I understand pain. Yes. I'm so glad that people understand because I have been dealing with this for 16 years and I've not shared. And it feels so good to share. Thank you guys for being here for me to share. I appreciate you all. I love you all. Now go watch the fight. I'm going to get off here and I'll see you guys later. Bye. Love you. See you later.